You heard that right. No, you read that right. You read that right, and I'm not exaggerating. You read that correct. You read the title correct, and I'm not exaggerating. And Ecchi manga nearly made me cry closer than One Piece has ever done. And the manga in question is Bokutachi wa Benkyo ga Denkinai, also known as Bokuben or We Never Learn. And why is this the case? Queen of Thin Ice. Need I say more? This ending. Oh, if you don't know, Bokuben has 5 endings, depending on which girl you like the most. You can read whichever ending of whichever girl you like the most. The Queen of Thin Ice ending was beautiful, aka this girl. This girl's ending was beautiful. It nearly brought tears to my eyes, I swear. Not even One Piece could do that. One Piece got close, but not as close as this girl. So just to clear some stuff up, we're gonna go over the basic plot. This guy, the main character, Nariyuki Yugia, is going to teach. Oh my, I'm losing my own words. I need the script next time I do these. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Okay, so this guy here is the main character, and he is tasked with tutoring these 2 girls who are known as geniuses. The girl on the left, you've probably seen in the meme format, is Fumino. I forgot her other name, her given name or whatever, whichever one. I don't know how it works. And the one on the right is Ogata Rizu. Fumino is known as the what's it called? I was just thinking about this. Sleeping Beauty of Literature Forest. Fumino is known as the Sleeping Beauty of Literature Forest. Look, I'm not good with literature. I cannot even pronounce it. And the girl on the right is Ogata Rizu. She is known as Thumbelina Supercomputer. Fumino is good at anything like Japanese, English, Chinese, anything involving writing words. And Rizu is good at anything maths and scientific. But that's the only things they're good at. And yeah, the main character, Nariyuki, has to teach him both about practically everything else, except she doesn't know how, she doesn't understand how a character in a book, movie, manga can feel, because she only sees things scientifically, and she doesn't know what 1 plus 2 is. By the time episode 2 rolls around, best girl, alright, that starts a war. My best girl, Takamoto Urika, comes along as well, but she's not important to this video. And by episode 9 or 10, so does Asumi. She comes along as well, but once again, she's not as important to this video. And this is Mafuyu Kirisu, who is Yuiga's teacher. And she's an ice queen. A lot of people think this is best girl. I don't blame them. I don't want to start a war. I don't blame them. They're all best girls. Anyways, Nariyuki is pretty quick to give up on Rizu, and he's pretty quick to give up on these two. Like, they've had a bunch of tutors before trying to teach them the subjects they're weak at, and after about a week, Nariyuki was considering giving up, and then, remembering the words of his late father, he was able to strive through, get a bunch of, not a bunch, 1 notebook for each. He spent all night writing an entire notebook for information for these 2, and that's what led him, because of the words of his late father, he was able to give these girls the tutoring that he needed to give. So what's that got to do with this girl? Well, we'll get to... No, in usual hentai protagonist fashion, the father's eyes are covered by shadow. We never get to see what he's like. All that we do know is from Asumi's ending, the girl with short purple hair. From her ending, we learnt that Nariyuki's father died smiling. But I'm not going to go into too much backstory, but Asumi's father was... Oh shit, Nariyuki's father's doctor when he was sick, and Nariyuki's father turned to Asumi's father, but since Asumi's father's clinic didn't have all the, new technology, he told him to go somewhere else, and while that was the right cause, he still ended up dying. But, yeah, Nariyuki's father died smiling, which is why... Wait, how did I even get here? Oh yeah, I was talking about how his father died. I am so not good at this. So how does this all tie in with her? Let's get into this. I'm going to be showing scenes from the manga, which probably won't ever be adapted. I think the anime ended with season 2. And to be fair, the anime had a unique ending, had an anime-only ending, because, they're not taking they already skipped over a bunch of the manga. If you are interested in Bokuben, read the entire manga. They skipped over a lot. But I'd say that one of the main reasons they did an anime-only ending is because of how unique Bokuben's endings are. Yeah, I said before, there's 5 of them. They can't adapt 5 endings, each 9 chapters long, into one episode. That take over a whole season. That take about 18 episodes. Well, 15 is more accurate, but you get the... So, between the... when the anime ends, and now, there's been like maybe a year or anywhere between a year to 4-year time skip. So now, Yuiga is also a sensei, teacher at the school, and he is taking Kirisu around the school festival because she never got to experience it as a child because she was a pro ice skater. And because of that, she wasn't able to participate with a bunch of her friends digging a time capsule. However, even though she didn't dig the time capsule, well, I'll get to that in a second. During this whole thing, Naruyuki called a bunch, or pretty much all of her old classmates, to this festival so that Kirisu could live it with her classmates, which I also really loved. And they went to dig up the time capsule they dug maybe 10 years ago? I have no clue how long ago this was. They open it and it's a note for Kirisu. And even though she says right here, but I did, and it's like, oh, I just remember, you missed the school festival? We wrote messages in the notebook because you had something in the capsule too. And we've got things like, good luck with your figure skating. Kirisu, I never told you how I feel. Oh my god, it's a love confession! Holy shy! You can make it to the festival or school trip. Hope one day we can be together. They are together. It's been 10 years. When we're old enough, let's go drink. It's a girls' party. You're gonna grow up to be a real beauty. They're right. Kirisu, remember that time you came to me about your worries? And she remembered something about Yuiga's father. Thing is, it's not known until now, but Yuiga's teacher's teacher was Yuiga's father. Oh, the family tree is crazy. And since Naruyuki gets all of his personality based off his father, she sees Naruyuki's father in Naruyuki. I love it. I don't even remember what Naruyuki's father is. I don't even know if it's Naruyuki or Yuiga. Because I don't know which one's his given name, and I don't know which one's his last name. And then we get a flashback to the festival that she missed. Yeah, missed, in quotes. You see that in the festival that she missed, she found young Yugia and brought young Yugia to his dad, which was her teacher, which is absolutely crazy. I told you this family too is crazy. They're not family. They're not family yet. So Kirisu speculates that, well, because this is going to be difficult to explain. I didn't give this a thought. Since Yuga didn't tell everyone, but got everyone to dig up the time capsule, Kirisu thought that, what's his face, Yuga knew what was in the time capsule, but he didn't know. Because keep in mind, since, what's his face, his father was in on this. His father was in on the time capsule. You saw, he wrote in the note. He was in on this note. He was in on the time capsule. She figured that Naruyuki's father would tell his son, Naruyuki, right here, about the note, but he didn't. And he says right here, if I were my dad, I wouldn't let them bury a time capsule that didn't include you. And it says, I wonder when it started, when did I fall in love with Yuga? This isn't what made me cry. I'm getting some backstory. Anyways, few months time skip, she's now getting extremely flustered all around them. She's still self-conscious about it because there's still an age gap, but come on, age is just a number, and he's above the age of consent, so is she. She's older, she's gonna get her. Okay, so essentially, well, they're kind of on a date right now. She won, well, no, one of her friends won some tickets, I think. The friend gave it to Kirisu, Kirisu took Yuiga, and she walks out of the bathroom to see Yuiga talking to another, I forgot what the word was, a woman, I cannot believe I forgot what a woman was for a moment. And so I think now would be a good time to state, Kirisu is an ice queen. If you know what that is, good for you. If you don't, do your research on waifus. And, which is why it's so rare to see her express emotion, and even though she's trying her best not to claim to like Yuya. She's jealous about him talking to another woman. I remembered it that time. Turns out she was just misunderstood. And here, another thing I really love about this is it says, yeah, so I love Mafuyu, which is her name, but Mafuyu means midwinter. And then oh shit, Mafuyu means midwinter, as you see right here, and it's also Kirisu's first name. And she confesses, this isn't what made me cry. God damn it, it made him cry. Look down here, it made him cry. It didn't make me cry. God damn it, I'm getting some backstory. Yeah, oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about all that. Shit! And then we get to the chapter that made me cry. So there's been like another time skip again, maybe like a few days. Maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months. I have no idea. They move in together. They used to be directly opposite each other. And it turns out they're getting married on the day they just moved in. And the clock was broken. They're driving to the wedding. He does not. He has PTSD with her driving. My good God. He has PTSD with her driving. Then we get to the wedding. She had to drive with the wedding dress. She is not wasting any time. His family's here. We got the little sister and the little brother. They're much older now. That's so cute. We got the mother. Her late father's not here because he's late. I shouldn't joke about that. We got the sister who has a brother complex. She is jealous as balls. Back in the anime, I don't remember what chapter this was. I don't remember what episode it was. I think it was somewhere in season 2. What's her face? Kirisu had met these two in a public bath, I think it was, and she said that she would marry Yuiga because these two begged Kirisu to do it. And I was like, thank you for marrying our brother like you promised. And now there's a fucking older sister with a brother complex dying in the corner. And it says, Kirisu's parents saying that they're sorry because essentially a big part of the reason why she wasn't able to go to the school festival was because her parents were forcing her to be a good pro ice skater, forcing her to do that. And it says, I'll devote my life to her happiness. What a G. I think he might become one of my main characters after this video. One of my favorite main characters, I meant. And when they lift the veil, the new life as a couple, and the future begins. Look at that. That is, I forgot her name. And, oh, this was it. I will give my genuine reaction just right after this. They look out to the audience right next. So we got the little sister, we got the little brother, the big sister, who's still younger than Yuga, the mother in a blank spot, and the late father appears in spirit. Keep in mind, I didn't say this. But I did say this in typical hentai main character fashion. His eyes were shattered out until now. 186 chapters later, we get to see his full face. And this nearly made me cry. It's nearly making me cry now, my good God. Oh, I could rant on about how beautiful this is. Because you gotta keep in mind the ties between him, her, and him, and how they tie together. I've been over this. Look, Nariyuki, that's his father. His father was her teacher, and she is his teacher. Not anymore. Not anymore. She was his teacher. Age is just a number. She is going to get arrested. Thank God this is manga. This scene broke me. Considering I knew about the whole his covering his eyes, the hentai shadow covering his eyes for like maybe I knew it for about 3 weeks because it took me 3 weeks to start to finish this manga. And you say the entire thing was beautiful, and this scene, this page, this panel, this single panel right here has brought me closer to crying than anything in fiction. It could be One Piece. What else is very sad? What else is very sad? I nearly cried at this more than eight spoilers. One Piece spoilers. One Piece Marineford spoilers. Ooh, that was close. I nearly cried at this more than Ace's death. The donutification. I cried at this. What's his face? Any's lobby spoilers. One Piece again. I nearly cried at this more than than the burning of the Going Merry. Man, I love that boat. And I would also like to take a moment to announce, not only was this panel like much more emotionally impactful for me, this panel set this into my sixth favorite anime manga, and I probably actively watching 4, 5, 6, 41, 42 anime manga, and Ecchi's at my number 6. And Ecchi is at my number 6. It's above Chainsaw Man. It's above Attack on Titan. It's above Jujutsu Kaisen. It's above JoJo's. You can hate on me all you want. It's above My Hero, but that's not really surprise. I just pissed off all the My Hero fans saying that. Look, I'm pulling up my anime manga ranking right now. I have a bad memory, so I have to write down everything about each anime manga. Look, Bokuben, we never learned. It is above Tonikawa. Definitely check that out if you haven't. It's weekly dose of wholesomeness, not anymore. It's practically over. Uh, it's above ReZero, it's above Dr. Stone, it's above Inuyashiki. Once again, check that out. Not if you don't like CGI. If you hate CGI, don't check out Inuyashiki. You'll hate Mappa for it. That was done by Mappa, my good god. Alright, it is above Oshinoko. I just finished Oshinoko today, and this is still above Oshinoko. This is above Zom 100. But to be fair, I'm only 3 episodes in, and there's not any more of it. What else? What else? This is above. Is there anything else worth noting? This is above Love is War. This is above A Silent Voice. Keep in mind, Silent Voice is pretty damn good. This is above Toradora. That's practically. Oh, it's above Bleach as well. This is above Bleach. The only 5 anime manga I've watched/read that are above it is a manga really underrated as well called Tonari no Furisanga Tonikaku Kawaii, which means directly translates to in English name, no matter what you say, Furi-san is scary. Check it out. It's 42 chapters long. The translator just finished a few months ago. But the thing was, number 4, watch this if you haven't, Summertime Render. That is not a suggestion, that is a threat. Watch Summertime Render. It is the most underrated anime of 2022. It is my second favorite anime of 2022. My second favorite anime manga of 2022, because right above that was Call of the Night. And Call of the Night is only so high because of the manga. Check out Call of the Night if you haven't. One above that is One Piece. One Piece is my second favorite. I said there's only 5 things above Bokuben. They are Furusanga, Tonikaku Kawaii, I just said that. Summertime Render, check that out. I have Shusui over here. I have Shusui right here. You should probably check out Summertime Render. We'll find out where you live. Don't worry, this is made of wood. I've done this 3 times. This is made of wood. It's probably gonna break your arm if you swing it hard enough. This will probably break first as well. Then above that was Call of the Night, and then above that is One Piece. I'm not gonna say what my first favorite is, because I feel like that would trigger a lot of people, considering that One Piece is in second comparison to what my number 1. Needless to say, if you're willing to go and guess what my number 1 is, you can go ahead. I will pin if you're correct. And also, it's not Naruto. I have a feeling I said it's higher than Bleach and below One. I said this manga is for me higher than Bleach and below One Piece, but I didn't mention Naruto. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this. I dropped Naruto, and it's not because I didn't like it. I liked it. By the time I got to episode like 97 or 98, I had known the entire story, not because I could predict it, but because of spoilers. So I had known the entire story by episode 98, and not of Shippuden, of the OG Naruto. I knew the entire story in OG Naruto because of spoilers. Matter of fact, I get the whole gist of Boruto as well. Shit. So to rule it out, it's not Naruto. If you want to guess what my number one is, go ahead. Check out Bokuben. Check out Summertime Render as well. I'm probably going to make a Summertime Render video sometime soon. I was planning on making Summertime Render out of context. I'll probably do that as well. Check out Summertime Render instead of Bokuben. I swear. Check out Summertime